Hello my friends and welcome back to the signal state. Let's jump right in here. Next level is Firmware Programmer. Before we proceed any further, we need to repair the workshop's Firmware Programmer, a vital piece of kit for burning firmware on some of your more advanced modules. It's digital and operates with binary signals. The VCA is still useful though. You can use it like a gate. I will figure it out by messing with it, so let's get started. Okay, so source 2 is a binary signal. When it is at 100 volts, send source 1 to out 1, otherwise send 0 volts to out 1. Okay, I think that makes sense. VCAs can be used as gates. If the CV input only ever receives 100 volts or 0 volts, then the output signal will always be either 0 volts or the original input signal. And we seem to now have this notes panel here. Okay. Let's see. So source 2, let's look at source 2. Right, so source 2 is a binary signal. It's either 100 or 0. And we want to say when it is 100, send source 1 to output 1. Let's bring our output over here. Otherwise send 0 to output 1. Put that over there. Alright, so how do we do that? They said to use the VCA as a gate. So how does that work? Percentage amount of the input signal. Oh, okay. So source 2 is either 100 or 0. So if we use that to drive the VCA, that means when we send source 1 to the input, that means whenever source 2 is 100, it will send the input signal. And whenever source 2 is 0, it will send 0. Is that what I want? When it is 100, send source 1 to out 1. Otherwise send 0 volts to out 1. Which, I think that's exactly what this does, right? I'm very curious because you can kind of see with the way the system source panel is set up. At what point we know this is the first mission that has not been part of the tutorial. I'm very curious to see when we start getting like 3, 4, maybe 5 source inputs and are having to balance them for doing different things. That's going to be really interesting. Cool. There you go, simple enough. The real challenge with using VCAs as gates in this way is generating the CV signals. You need to generate a signal value that is at 100 volts when you want it, and at 0 volts any other time, and nothing in between. Sounds simple enough? Not always. It can get a bit tricky, you'll see soon enough. I'm sure. Alright, that was an easy one. But I suspect now that we're out of the tutorial, they're going to get real tricky real quick. So, with that, if you're liking this series, hit that like button. I'm getting mixed traction so far, but we'll keep going for a little while longer. And yeah, I am enjoying this game, so if it's not something that you all are interested in, I can always play it in my off time, no big deal. So in the meantime, I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.